And now, broadcasting from the top of the skyscraper that is the Markham Hall on the Rogers State University campus in Claremore, it's Green Country's most exciting radio show, Free Association. And now, here is the Fort Smith Fireball, your champion of chicken, and your deluxe dueling DJ, Mark Lane.
Hello, individuals in Green Country, and welcome to this edition of Free Association. I'm Mark Lane, and this is the last time that I will be in studio with you because I'm going out to Washington, D.C., because that's who I am. I'm big time. Maybe that's the new nickname that they'll have for me here at RSU Radio, but I'm not. Just because I'm going out to D.C. doesn't mean that we can't have some fun today. I'll play your favorite request. Somebody wanted some Modest Mouse and some Tired Pony. We'll play some of that. We'll have jokes for you as well. I'll also interview my station manager, and we'll talk about how great it was to have me here, actually how appreciative I was to be able to be here at Rogers State University. I'll give shout-outs to folks that helped me here. Well, we also have a special news feature on a student that I did. I guess it's a campus cognito of sorts, but that's all coming up right now on Free Association. But what's coming up currently is CeeLo Green with No One's Gonna Love You. But I'm not gonna leave you, especially if you give me a request at 343-7913. That's it.
That's right.
That's Pomegranates with 50s right here on Free Association. I'm Mark Lane, and joining me now is the general manager of RSU Radio, Kathy Coomer. Welcome to Free Association.
It's a little bit of a full circle here because, I've been through a lot with you, and I'm a little bit torn because I'm so darn proud of you, but I'm also a little emotional, I have to admit. Because you bring me a lot of humor every week. I like it when you get frustrated and mad about something, and because I think that's when you're at your best. I've told you all along that I think you have a talent that not many people have, and that we'll be seeing you on some of these national, perhaps paid radio. Up in the big sky, satellite type things. Yes, well, no, but I think that you have a gift that will take you very, very far, and I've really tried to have you expand on it with your shows, and I think you found your niche, and this is just full circle that you're able to go to Washington and to network and do all that. But frankly, I'm going to miss you, so I'm really excited. I don't know. Now, I don't want to spill the beans on this. Have we talked about on air, or have you talked about on air, about what we're going to be doing with the radio station?
Yes.
About the correspondence thing?
Yes.
Okay.
But
good, because I wanted to make sure that I didn't, spill the beans for you.
No. I'm
so excited about that.
Yeah.
To have our own correspondent in Washington, and besides that being you, because God knows if anybody's going to find out some dirt about what's going on in Washington, it's going to be you. And yeah. Not just the average typical story that you can see or hear on network or public radio or television. This is going to be the good stuff.
Right.
Because it's coming from you. Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
What's the deal? What's the way they voted?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But speaking of full circle, let's
backtrack a little bit.
Yes, go back to about May of 2007.
Oh my goodness, okay.
There's an opening at the radio station for a music director, and you get a call on your cell phone.
Keep in mind, I believe I have the flu, and I believe that I have a temperature. And, I don't get sick very often, and I have a temperature, so I'm almost delirious, okay? So we need to preface that, okay?
That's fine.
So I'm in bed, and I get a call, and usually when people are sick, they want to be left alone.
Right. Now, can I interject on
this?
Yes. When I got the cell phone number, I was thinking, she's sick. You can't call her, but I made the mistake of telling my mom, oh, yeah, they gave me a cell phone number. She's like, you got to call her. You want this job? You want to get pushed around your whole life?
2 times you've called women on cell phones, and it's come back to haunt you. Think about it. Think about that Arkansas phone call, but we won't go there. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
This last summer,
Yes,
but we
I
won't
do.
go there. Anyway, go ahead, finish the story.
No, but well, that's it. So then
Yeah.
I call you, and then you tell me.
Yeah,
I
well-
always want to hear what happened on the other side of that exchange.
Well, you know, I'm like going, first of all, who is this Goomba? You know, I mean, like, I don't know this guy from Adam. You know, and I'm like, is he a new student? I don't know him. And then I'm thinking, how does he get my cell phone number? Because school's just started, and I don't think I have him in class yet. Oh gosh, somebody from the station's giving it to him. They know that I'm sick, and then he's asking me for a job. I don't know anything about what he's done, his experience, and then he's asking me, have I listened to this? Have I listened to that? You know, I mean, I can barely get up to go to the bathroom, and he's asking me to listen to some darn tootin' CD that he sent in supposedly. You know, and I'm like saying, can we do this in maybe another day? Or, you know, maybe I said a few choice words I probably shouldn't have. But, and I'm trying to be nice too, because, you know, I'm supposed to be representative of the university and all
Right.
that. But I'm going, this dude is persistent. You know, I probably should remember his name and never hire him. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well,
So
that's
I'm
what I
totally
was
kidding.
afraid of. So that's
Yeah.
why my first semester here at school, I was like, she doesn't know what I look like. So I can, you know, just play it on the down low and get in that SBA and sell as many bracelets as you can.
Well, you know what's funny is that, I mean, you came in on such a whirlwind because, I mean, first of all, you're not like 6'9", okay? And you come to try out for basketball, first of all, and then you see this radio station, and it's like, you know, forget basketball. It's all about this radio station, and,
Right.
and you know, you were just like a kid in a candy store. I mean, your eyes like lit up, like, you know, it was just amazing. And Misty had made such a huge impression on you, you know,
Yes.
giving you the time to give the tour and all that. And, you know, in a way, you kind of reminded me of Turbo in the fact that you would not leave me alone. And I've said in classes, and I have said this, and I do remember it, that people that sometimes bug, and I've heard this from professionals too, besides myself, that it's the people that sometimes bug the professionals in a nice way are the ones that the professionals don't forget, and those are the ones that they end up hiring because you don't want to let them forget you.
Right.
You just don't want to irritate them, but you don't want to let them forget you. And, you know, and I didn't forget you. Now, I didn't remember at the time for a while that you were the one that called, but once I knew who Mark Lane was, I never forgot who he was.
Right.
You know, and that was the best part about it, was because I knew that you were, you know, if I said no, it didn't matter. You were gonna do a show. You were gonna be, and I remember some of the first productions that you did.
You mean the summer air checks of 08?
Oh my gosh. and some of the things that you would ask me questions about, and then we would, you know, and so many things that, like, well, what do you think about this, and why do we do this, and why don't we do this, and why, and not about the station, I'm talking about the, you know, the public in general, the broadcasters in general. Why do they do this? Why do they do that? You were so inquisitive about what was going on in the world at that time, and it was so different than it is today, really. In just a few short years, our industry has changed drastically, and you know, in some ways good, in some ways bad, but it has been exciting because you guys have been such a part of it. But you've been such a forefront and jumping on that bandwagon. I mean, you're such an example of somebody jumping on the bandwagon and saying, "Don't leave me behind. I want to be right there. I'm right there, and I want to be in the middle of it, and I don't want anybody to forget who I am because I want to be able to."
Right.
do it
I
all."
want to be the horse jumping up and down in the carousel, not one of the stationary horses.
I love your little scenarios and stuff, the things you come up with.
Yeah.
No one is ever going to be able to segue
The,
like you.
the Sultan of
either.
Segway.
I know. I just like, you know, if you could write a book, I've told him that he should write a book on how to segue. Now, not that you can probably do that well. I mean, write a book on segues, because I don't know that if you could teach anybody that.
Well, I know where I got my Segway skills from, but I'll be talking about that later in this hour. But right now, we got to get back to the music.
Oh, I guess
as
so.
indulging as this is.
I'm the one that says don't talk too much and listen to me. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, here's Slavic Soul Party with Takertron right here on Free Association.